There's another fact that emerged during the week. Richard Boyd Barrett found out from the State Claims Agency that the 10 legal cases that are pending are all cases that were tested in America. So the outsourcing is at the heart of this so far. And we need to get the results of the 208 cases that the HSE promised us. They would give us the breakdown of what labs they were tested in. We need that immediately. It was promised to us yesterday and we haven't got it yet.
Okay, well, we have to see what... Do we have the labs to handle the testing here at home, and what do you think should happen there?
We don't, but we deliberately ran down the service in 2008. There was an embargo put on recruitment of lab technicians. We ran into a problem where cervical testing took a long time. We gave an initial job to Quest Diagnostics. Then the likes of Sam Coulter-Smith and Dr. Gibbons looked at the results and found that Quest Diagnostics were having a higher or a lesser rate of return on the results, a third of a lesser rate. They argued very strongly against the outsourcing of the service. The then opposition spokesperson for health, James Riley, was the most vociferous in the Dáil, if you look back on the debates, against the outsourcing of the service. 2 years later, he becomes the Minister for Health and does nothing about it. After him, Varadkar becomes the Minister for Health, does nothing about it. Then Simon Harris becomes the Minister for Health and do nothing about it. They just renew the outsourcing continually. And at the root of this is the privatisation of women's health. Just like we outsource terminations of pregnancy and send people out of the country, we send our cervical cells to America and frighten the heart out of all of the women in this country at the moment. So that is at the root of it. And two things emerged this week I just want to tell you quickly that have gone under the radar.
I just want to get a bit of reaction just from the others as well in relation to the whole thing. I mean, John Downing
had this memo and they didn't tell the Minister. But I don't actually believe that. I think there's a big cover-up for Varadkar, who was Minister at the time, and that Harris probably knew, but definitely the department would have told Varadkar.
Well, there's no evidence to support that. Leo Varadkar has said that's not true.
He says it's not true. If it's not true, then why isn't he sacking all of the officials and the CMO who did not tell him? I mean, if he's the boss, your boss would sack you if you refused to tell them something. I know a young one who was suspended for 2 months, a hospital worker, for putting up a Facebook post giving out about the trolley crisis. She was suspended for 2 months. Nobody is suspended in that department. And if they can't do their job, they should go.